local government sector.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Royal Majesty, Togwe Teprehudu the Fourth, President of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, with your team. Your Excellency, with your permission, I may single out His Royal Majesty, Togwe Afede. I was in the leadership of Parliament for a unique role you played in saving NIB Bank, which has now become one of the most resilient banks in the country. When heroes are made, they must be recognized, and that's why I've done that. His Royal Majesty, the traditional rulers of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, my mothers, the Queen Mothers, colleagues, ministers of state, senior government officials, my political mother, Honorable Juliana Azuma, the one who trained me when I entered level 100 in Parliament. My distinguished MMDC is present. My brothers and sisters, let me say a very good morning and give me permission to join my colleagues and recognize the already established protocol, because I may not be able to recognize everybody. But for the sake of Togwe Teprehudu and Togwe Afede, I had to do some protocol, and that's why I did it. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, you are here as a leader who accounts. And one thing kept on ringing in my ear: posterity will judge me. When you said this in 2016, Ghanaians did not understand. You refused to lie. You were honest, consistent, focused, and determined. Thank God, with the effort of our distinguished brothers from the Volta region, and I will call Volta region the pride of the party. When men had to stand up and face the powers to make sure that we restore the fortunes of this country, we saw the men from the Volta region. And I could see the Golden Sea, the Chiefs Christ, sitting facing me. I know what my boss, Kwame Abuja, did. That we are focused on power, and we must get power. Now we have power. And when I entered here yesterday, Volta region is back to its former glory. And that reminds me when I was not in Parliament, how I was seeing Kendraza, Kofiato, and the likes. Now we are here. Togwe Teprehudu. The essence of today is accountability. And I will start from your outfit. We have 400 chiefs, 400 paramount chiefs in Ghana. 100 of them are from Volta region. And that is one third of the paramount chiefs and paramount queen mothers are from Volta region. And for 8 years, the queens and kings, the queen traditional ruler salaries were not increased. On the ascension of power by His Excellency the President, he increased it by 300%. And Your Excellency, I hereby say that you did not just increase it, you increased and paid for 2025. Last week, you paid for the first quarter 2026. And the Deputy Minister for Finance called me that the Minister for Finance says we should bring the records for the second quarter 2026 and to be paid. Your Excellency, not only that, you increase the amount for the judicial committees in the House by 67%, and that one too, you paid it. Not only that, Your Excellency, when you mentioned that you were going to pay assembly members, Ghanaians were doubting. How will he do it? I was in Parliament. We were all scared. In fact, it came to a point at the peak of the election that we did not actually know what we were going for. If we win, we are in IMF. We cannot borrow. And even in 2017, we were here when this government came. If we didn't give him $3 billion Eurobond, Ghana could not be governed. And here we don't have the assets. How would the president govern? But because he gave us hope, we followed you and we had the power. But For the 18 years that I have been in Parliament, this is the first 18 months that Parliament has not considered any loan in Parliament. Any loan in Parliament. But Your Excellency, it came to a point every member of Parliament wanted to belong to the Finance Committee. Because in a day they could consider 5 loans. 5 loans in a day. Just approving loans. But for 18 months, no single loan. But you have increased chief salary, you have increased Queen Mother's one, you have paid for the first time assembly members since 1986 or 88 have not been paid. When you promised that you were going to give them allowance, we asked, are we going to borrow? Where are we going to get the money? Your Excellency, I hereby announce His Royal Majesty that all the assembly members, 9,090, 6,272 elected, 2,813 appointed, all of them combined, 9,090 have been paid from April 2025 to December. As I speak to you, the one for last quarter was also released this month. And the finance minister said we should bring the second quarter. He has money. He's ready to pay it. So, honorable assembly members, you are going to be paid. Your Excellency, we are in the Volta Region. And having been in Parliament for a long time, and having followed Ghana politics for a long time, one thing strikes me. From 2017 to 2024, all the districts in Volta Region, the amount of this Assembly Common Fund given to them was 338 million Ghana cedis. All of them from 2017 to 2024. First quarter 2017 to last quarter 2024 in 8 years. Your Excellency, I hereby tell you that for 2025 alone, the 18 assemblies in Volta Region were given 282 million Ghana cedis. 1 year. Just 1 year. 1 year is almost equal to the 8 years in the Volta Region. And therefore, when the Volta Regional Minister, who is the Dean of all the regional ministers in the country, and you could see it from his performance and presentation, we've all been going for monitoring. The presentation you have seen, he is the Dean. He's been a former DC before, a regional secretary, and you could see from his output. Honorable Guno, may God bless you. Your Excellency, all the things that he's mentioning here, those days, if in 8 years, and the first quarter and the second quarter common fund has also been released by the Minister for Finance and is with the administrator for common fund yet to come. It doesn't include the 282 million for 2025. That is almost half of the 282 million. So about 140 million for the 2 quarters has also been released and is coming. So almost all the MMDAs are up and doing, they are doing something. And that is why the regional minister was able to enumerate about 618 projects. Not only 618, there were many that he didn't mention. He didn't touch on the furniture. He didn't touch on the boreholes. When the projects are so many, you can't mention all. Your Excellency, not only that, Volta Region is a home of leaders, like I said yesterday. When we assess all the MMDAs in 2024, Volta Region has 18 assemblies. 13 of them passed. Only 5 failed. If you go to my region, only 5 passed. 7 failed. If you go to some places, only 1 passed. But Volta Region, 13 passed. And because of that, aside the 282 million given in 2025, His Excellency is giving additional money, at least 5 to 9 million in each of the 13 assemblies that passed, to be used for development. Your Excellency, not only that, if you look at the architecture of the whole country, you cannot count about more than 20 markets that have been well built. Our mothers and sisters have been trading under wooden structures in this day and time. His Excellency, when he was in the seat for the first time, he started Kumasi Kajetia phase 1, phase 2, and started Kotokraba in Cape Coast, and started Home Market, Atlantic Market. Then they said he should lie. He refused to lie. He said posterity will judge me. We went and we are back. After coming back, he's building 261 markets in all the metropolitan municipal and district assemblies. Your Excellency, we have 18 of them. 18 of them in Volta Region. But the good thing is that the 18 that are being built does not include the Aflao market. Apart from the 18 market, His Excellency, because of the architecture that he has traveled all the length and breadth of the entire earth. So he knows what is good. He is building 14 additional markets. That is aside the 261. And the 14 additional market, one of them is the Aflao market. And the money being spent on the Aflao market alone can build 10, at least 10 or 12 of the 261 market. So Volta Region, you are blessed. This is the golden time or the glorious time to be proud and say that I'm a son of the soil from Volta Region. His Excellency. But Togbe, I could see my brother is here. In 2022, from 2021, I remember November 2021, we were in the University for Professional Studies led by the Honorable Atufosin. Ghanaians were praying that 2024 was in 2021. We were praying that it was election day. But the 8 years was so long for us because the governance was not going on well. But now as I speak, Ghanaians wish today was serving for 8th January. Because of the good governance that we are seeing, you are not the only one who wants what is good. The entire continent of Africa have chosen His Excellency because of what is happening in Ghana. They want him to be a model president on the continent. And he is the African first vice chairman of the African Union. And then this year he is the African second vice chairman of the African Union. And next year they say that he is on the post to be the chairman of the African Union, 64 countries. But to conclude, on Monday, the United States of America has thrown invitation to His Excellency that they want him to be the only president outside the United States of America to come and be the special guest for the Sister City International Conference in the United States of America. What a leader. What a leader. What a leader. So Togbe Teprehudu, man admirable Royal Majesty, who saved NIB when you saw Heritage Bank going, Sovereign Bank going, Global Knowledge Bank going, First Capital Bank. When you saw the bank going, you stood your grounds. We are proud of you. May I therefore pause here to know. I have a lot to say because His Excellency has done so much. But my brother, the Felix is here waiting for me to give the podium. Thank you very much.